And we're live. Thank you guys for tuning in and being patient with a little bit of a technical delay there. As you can see, we've made one clear change. Well, two clear changes. These lovely folks actually have their characters drawn. And the little shield you see is AC. So I hopefully won't have to ask for AC. I can just remember that that's there and just give it a glance and just say, hit, describe how they hit or miss, and then you can describe how you defend the attack. Like Conway last time, you described uh, twisting against the centipede. I was about to say scorpion centipede with the hilt of the rapier, and like that. Yeah, that was great. That stood out to me. So there's that. The other change that we're going to try to implement is that only I will roll initiative. So I should have had you doing this with initiative too. Dang it. I forgot I forgot about that. Only I will roll initiative for the monsters, because I think pretty much everyone agreed. The first time we wanted to run Pathfinder pretty much just as it was written. But I think almost everyone, at least in the 3D40 space, agrees that initiative, at least in the typical way that it's run, is just not very conducive to it. Just takes you out of that moment for that split second. So we're going to try to where I roll the GM rolls for monsters and NPCs and the like, but the players just have a fixed 10 plus whatever their initiative modifier is. That way they never have to roll. We just do things in order. And yeah, it keeps the pace of things.
Do you want to maybe organize our portraits here in the
That would
clockwise
work,
order?
yeah, if you did it clockwise,
Yeah.
because I believe that.
My initiative is 15.
Okay.
It's your
My
dex
initiative
modifiers,
should
right?
be the 10. If I'm baseline.
I'm
Much.
13 then.
Okay. That's simple enough. There we go. All right. So, other than that, do you guys have any mechanical questions? Any concerns from last time that we didn't get to talk about? Anything like that?
Well, I'm pretty sure we're gonna get hurt and we don't have a healer. How do we recover hit points? Like, I need a break, like 10 minutes, an hour. We have to sleep.
You have to
get
sleep.
like a hit.
So you can either, although I think this is also irrelevant, there's mundane healing, so you can have somebody with the heal skill, stitch you up, put you back together, and that's a way to do it, and that requires like hours of your time as well. Otherwise, you need a full 8 hours of rest, and you heal your class's hit die plus your constitution modifier for every 8 hours of rest.
Okay.
For every 8 hours, you roll the dice plus con. Got it.
Which I believe would that be a D10 for everybody?
It is for me.
Yeah, D10 plus 1.
And we might want to get a healer's kit, because then we can improve that. You can double the amount of recover per time you rest.
That's true. That is certainly true. And of course, you might find something in there that helps you, or you might just blast through it uninjured. Who knows?
I'm pretty sure that's not gonna happen. It's never happened before. We're not gonna start it now. But healing was like, I cannot ask how healing works during the game, but I do anticipate getting hurt. So
right. That's a good question.
A healing roll isn't like, I wouldn't even allow for a healing roll if I have absolutely no clue what I'm doing. Like, what I use a piece of cloth and press it against the wound and roll healing.
Somebody had to get lucky at some point in history,
Okay. You are in luck because Pathfinder has it be more dynamic and organic than usual D&D.
Yeah,
it does take quite a bit for you to heal. Like actually limping back to town is a very good idea. What your character would realistically do.
Yeah, might end up seeing that. That could be cool. So yeah, that's how healing works. at least natural, mundane healing. Any other questions on that, or on anything else?
I have a question. What is a mass kit? What is
It's like the stuff that you eat with put together. It's like a military or traveling kit. So usually a little, fork, knife, a cup, canteen.
Okay.
Yeah,
Is it an old word?
Often you have like a small pot involved to cook stuff inside.
Yeah,
like the mass kit.
like a really small. Is it an old word? That's a good question. I know it dates back to at least like the 1800s, but
Okay, that's what it's fine.
Yeah,
That was
if you've watched one of those old
I know what it is. I guess I didn't know the
YouTubers,
name. Yeah.
That's all the kit they have.
I don't know what the Romans would have called it, but the Romans, as with anything, are basically the progenitors of the modern traveling military system. So yeah, they would have kept the same thing, travel goods. They even had folding spoons and some funny stuff like that. It's just portable eatery.
Whatever you need to survive, to be able to eat and drink while
that is a good point, though. I have to be careful with terminology I use, because there was at one point in a game that I was playing in, we were looking for like a back entrance to a place, and I was like, I looked to see if there's a dry sump in the sewage system, and the GM has to stare at me and go, "I don't know what the hell that is." I was like, "Oh yeah, like a raised spot where you can work."
Okay, let's have a quick 4D talk. Like, if that happens, I think it's easier to just say, like, just go out of character real quick and ask for clarification, right? Because
okay. I think that's a fair time to go out of character, because that's where that's not really a failure of role playing. Like, the language is breaking down. That's sort of an unavoidable. I guess if you view language as the engine through which we play the game,
monkey problem.
Yeah, or maybe the operating system through which we play the game, then it's kind of like, well, what are you going to do? We can't know every 60,000 words that are in the English language, something like that. It's insane. So, okay. All right. Anything else, or I'll give us a short recap.
Should be ready to start if you are. Just refresh my mind. We describe successes and you describe failures, right?
Yes. Yeah. So I will. If you succeed, I'll simply say success, and then you can describe how that goes. If you fail, I won't say failure. I'll just describe how the failure goes.
Mm-hmm. Can we guys go on what happened last time, or anything we need to catch up? There was a medallion. I forgot what was on that. I'm sure it was of no relevance whatsoever.
It was a mystic paper that would change based on who would read it, right? But kind of said the same thing.
Right.
Like, watch out the tower, or watch out about the Baroness.
Yes, and he's most likely dead if you read this. Don't enter the tower, and for you it's at the estate, so that's some weird. And the familiar is loose. I don't know if that means like Dobby is free because he's dead, or if that meant the familiar betrayed him. No idea, but that's fine. That's all in character stuff that we can figure out or never find out.
Either or.
And there's no sheriff for some reason. He fucked off.
Yeah, he was gone taking a smuggler to the big city. They don't have a jail proper to contain a criminal of this caliber. So, of course, the moment he left, everything started going to shit. At least insofar as it can in a small town.
Oh right, yeah, the smuggler, that was the thing. Okay, yeah. Other than that, yeah, I'm good. Sorry to derail
Oh
everything.
no, no derailing. We are that is perfectly fine. All right, I'll give a bit of a you are here, very specific recap, and then we can just go ahead and start from there. The group of you left off in the crumbled ruins of Bellum Tower, underneath which is a strange dungeon or barracks-like complex. After defeating a couple of centipedes that unceremoniously fell on top of one of you, the pathway ahead splits into some crumbling ruins to the left, an Iron Maiden straight ahead with a pair of iron doors behind that. The light is dim but easily visible thanks to the lantern and other accoutrements.
We have to keep moving. There's more of those things where they came from. We need to get there before the kids start exploring this damn place.
I am looking around with, narrowing my eyes to let them adjust in the dark. Agreed, Master Philippe. Agreed.
Make a perception check.
I got a 18.
Somehow a glint just barely strikes off of something in the rubble in the left wing.
I raise my hand holding the buckler. Hold on. I see something shining in the dark. Could you cast your light there, Master Dwarf?
Elash turns with the lantern, wiping off his foot of some of the green blood from the giant centipedes of the size of some dogs. I can do that. Did you guys get hurt by any chance? Luckily, none of this blood is mine. Turning the lantern.
My hands fidgeting slightly, holding the rapier. I grab a cloth and begin slowly cleaning it. I've been lucky so far.
The light illuminates the rubble, most of which is rusted metal, stone, nothing of note. But one object, a maybe forearm length case of a pristine bluish steel-like metal.
I approach after Talash, watching over my feet. None of my blood, no. But what is this?
A bluish metal. It looks valuable, if you ask me.
I walk down towards the door next to the Iron Maiden and watch over, making sure nothing is coming as I glance back, waiting for them.
Make a perception check. There's a low murmur, a voice coming from the other side of the door, but it's impossible to make out the words.
I bend over a bit to have a closer look at the metallic object. Speaking to Talash, under any other circumstance, I'd suggest we get it, but I'm afraid that might be cursed or bewitched in a way.
I'm not sure what I'm looking at. I squint my eyes, leaning a bit closer.
It's wedged under the stone rubble slightly. It would be possible to remove it. The case has a sort of latch on it. It's clearly a container for something, but other than that, it's impossible to tell without cracking it open.
As quietly as I can, I slowly get away from the door. And as I approach, I shush them. Once close enough, I whisper, "There are murmurs in the dark."
I nod and whisper back. We will find out on our way back, Shire.
I raise my buckler and twist my scimitar in one hand, nodding.
Maybe we should just go in, clear what we can before we take these things.
Take the lead. I held up the lantern, positioned myself behind him, give him light just as at the start.
Suck myself up, rapier to my side, and begin walking towards the door where I heard the murmuring from.
I start following soon after Philippe.
The door remains closed, but the voices can still be heard faintly behind.
Do you think that we could sneak up on them?
It might be some of the locals, I'm afraid. Perhaps we are overreacting.
Which is why we may need to take the drop on them. We can see them before they see us. I look back to Kierkegaard, then back towards the door. Then we'll be able to choose what we do.
I look back at Telash holding the lamp.
I take a step closer to the door, positioning myself. Sit next to me. I'll open the door for you. Take the jump in.
Maybe we
Putting
should
my
turn off
hand-
the lamp.
Well, can you see in the dark?
No, but I assume neither can they. I do
I
not
nod.
think that they...
I grab
That's
into I turn off the lantern.
The light
Maybe-
dims to almost nothingness, only a few motes of light peering in from the opening, maybe 50 feet back.
Rather experienced, Philippe goes forward slightly. His hand gets on the door, and I slowly push it in. Very slowly. Somehow very skilled in not making a sound. Even with my armor on, I begin walking into the room.
Make a stealth check.
That is 19. 16, I mean.
The sound dissipates over a surprisingly loud noise breaking the silence in here. A distant the sound is emanating from maybe 100 feet down the hallway. It's impossible to see what's making such a noise. The voices also, or rather voice, increases in volume. Audible now. I didn't know it was poaching. We're just so hungry. Please.
Turn back to them. They seem to be speaking in the common tongue. Something about poaching. It might be villagers.
I am frowning in the dark, trying to hear more, directing my ear towards the entrance.
The voice clearly comes from...
Frustrated with the darkness, I mess around my body if I have something to light the lantern again. but I don't possess such tools. I can't see anything.
Me neither. Here, I lean forward towards the lash, raising the hand without the rapier. I touch the glass side of the lantern, make a raspy noise as I run my fingernails on it, and a light emerges. A trickle at first, then it bursts the lantern on.
The light immediately illuminates a row of 8 or so jail cells leading down the hall to another identical set of iron doors to the one you just entered through. The jail cells hold only one occupant, the second from the right, a pale individual clinging to the bars of the gate, barely able to stand, emaciated. His eyes shock open and meet the three of yours. Please, just something to eat, something to eat.
There's someone in here? I ask, surprised. I drop all pretense of being careful and rush towards him.
I follow suit, running after him, lighting up more of the room.
I'm looking behind us, a bit tense.
He opens his palms and raises them through the bars. Please, I don't even care about being free from this place. I just want food. He has short, thin black hair from malnutrition, and it's a miracle he's even alive at this point.
There's nothing to worry about, peasant. We're going to get you both
Oh.
food and a new place to rest.
Oh.
I look at the lock, trying to see if I can open the jail cell.
Make a disable device check.
I put my hand on your forearm. Still your hand, young knight. First, tell us, what got you into jail in the first place? What law did you break?
We didn't know it was the Baron's land. I thought we were on public land. As times were tough, and well, we needed a deer. We needed something to eat. We just couldn't stand the gruel anymore. It was an honest mistake.
I walk over, putting a hand on Talash's shoulder. Whatever may be his crime, this is inhumane.
My
In
face
this state,
softens.
he cannot hurt us.
He has committed poaching, but I do not think that the wizard would be the one keeping the Baron's prisoners here. At least you deserve a retrial.
He frowns. Wizard? There hasn't been a wizard here in many years.
Yes, I think we've slowly been putting that together. This is an abandoned tower. Who came here, if not a wizard?
A bit more. Master Philip, please set the man free, and he may speak soon after. I put down my bag on the floor and start rummaging through it.
I nod my head. I would, but something is preventing me from opening this. This lock is still in place. Here, I begin going through my backpack, looking for a ration to hand to this man.
Thank you, kind sir. He takes the food, and the moment it passes through his lips, his pale skin becomes transparent, and he totally dissipates.
I take a couple steps back.
I stumble back.
I speak in Dwarvish. What curse has befell this place?
I follow soon after Talash. I drop
There is a metallic
some clanking.
There's a metallic click as my breastplate hits the jail cells on the back. And I look from side to side.
The only thing now remaining is the constant sound of the at the end of the jail cell hallway, past the other iron doors.
With the lantern, I glance if I see skeletal remains in the cell, or if it has always been empty.
There are a few skeletal remains here and there. Most of the cells are cleaned empty insofar as they can be, since this tower's apparent disuse.
I
This
am
this section is very stable. The rubble and the collapse doesn't appear to have affected this deep into the tower.
Watch out. I want to see this whole place. Flare coming out. I raise my hand, closed fist, and open it. And as soon as it opens, a massive flare bursts out across the room. And I look to see if there's anything else there.
Chains, the odd bowl, decaying, more rusted metal, nothing of any use. It must have been here for hundreds of years of disuse.
I saw it for but a second, but this seems to be clear. I start walking forward slowly.
wait.
Ahead.
Master Philippe, this is not good. We are not dealing with just a mage here, I am afraid. I do not think we are well equipped for this.
I turn back towards him. And who else in this village is? I was not for the town guard to walk into this.
We need to tell the holy priests. This might be much worse than just regular witchcraft.
Shire, you're jumping to conclusions. What we saw was a ghost, but I do not think it's a curse. This place is much older than, from what we know, the wizard has been here for. There's ancient history in these walls. I put my hands onto the stone itself.
And if we call the priests, then surely you understand that they are going to want to come into a safe place. They're not going to do the rites whilst there are more things around here. And I can certainly hear at least one more thing down that way.
I nod. That priestess did not look like a warrior cleric to me.
Master Philippe, you are a Sahir, a sorcerer, aren't you? Do you know any holy spells for protection?
I'm afraid not. My powers are rather limited.
I roll my shoulder, holding the buckler. Very well, then.
But you are a man of the sword. If there is one way to defend oneself, it's with this. I raise my rapier.
Yeah, but spirits do not care for iron.
We will find a way to drive them off.
I look back at the now empty cage, not shaking my head. This is terrible.
No ghost has haunted me yet. I will not let them start now. I continue forward toward this clicking noise that has been in the background for a while.
It gets steadily louder as you approach the hallway. The double doors here slightly ajar, letting in maybe an inch or so of light into the preceding room.
I look over to Philippe, ready to pull it over, but waiting.
I lean down slightly towards Slash. Once you pull it open, I'm gonna walk in first. The most armor here.
The light spreads to reveal an odd room. A bridge that has but one 5-foot square, perhaps, of wood in excellent condition, leading off into a dark pit that drops off some distance below, and a sturdy but rusted iron chain that leads across the hallway, across the pit, to ground on the other side. The source of the noise immediately apparent. On a lever to the left of the door is a roiling storm cloud, small, maybe chest sized, constantly striking this metal lever with lightning.
I burst into the room and approach very cautiously, my eyes immediately drawn to the storm cloud. What is that?
I follow after Philippe, flanking his position. Wary of any ambushes or traps. Mostly traps.
I flank the other side. Do not approach any further. We do not know what it is. I scowl in a bit at the thing.
It doesn't react to any of your entrances, but merely keeps zapping away at this lever.
I drop to one knee, grab my backpack, and I start looking for things around with it. Come here, Talash. Bring your light closer. I pull out a tangled piece of rope, and I tie a little knot at the end of one side. I turn to them. I can toss it towards the storm. Maybe it burns it down. Maybe it doesn't. I can probably still save the rope. And with a good throw, we could even pull the lever down. So I don't even know what it would do.
I do not think we should disturb it. It seems to be unthinking, though it could get angry. Do you think you can dissipate it?
I scratch my chin and look over to the pit with the bridge and a metal chain going across it. See if they are connected to a mechanism of some sort.
There's a hole in the stonework that the chain disappears into, and the lever would certainly suggest as much, but it appears to be built into the ground.
You need to make this place safe once again, Fair. I believe that we need to at least disarm this. And the only thing I can seem to interact with is that lever. I finish tying a big knot at the end of the rope, and I toss it forward, trying to get it to hit the storm first.
The storm slightly jiggles as it's hit, almost as if it's gelatinous when the rope makes an impact on it, and the rope harmlessly bounces to the ground. The storm continues its action. The rope.
We might be able to use the rope and a lasso to pull the lever down. But let's see what else we can do. I stack the rope, a mess of rope, back into my backpack.
I scratch my chin.
I extend my... I sheathe my scimitar and extend a hand towards Philip. I have a decent aim. I tie a little hoop. I try to toss it so it can hook around the lever.
Make a ranged attack roll.
It's Dex modifier, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be a 14.
Yep.
Plus
the rope latches onto the lever, no problem.
Very well. I will tug on it on the 3.
I quickly get behind Shair and grab the rope as well. I'm ready as well.
Perhaps I look at. Perhaps you should stand ready in case something happens. You have the armor.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. I'm sure you can do it, but the lever does look a bit rusted.
It is fine. I'm used to this. 1, 2, 3, and I tug on it.
With a creak and a little bit of rust falling off of the lever, it yanks into the opposite position. The chain shudders to life, and this 5-foot section of bridge begins over to the other side. Until after a few moments it rests.
I look for the bottled storm. Is it still in place?
It continues to stay there, electrocuting the lever. The rope thus far remaining unharmed.
I move over to the bridge and take a few steps on it, see if it reached the other end with the shine of the lantern. Looks sturdy enough.
Damn it! How are we gonna get the rope back? It was a good piece of rope.
I put my free hand on your shoulder. We can buy another one. At least we are safe for now. The storm seems to be just an enslaved magic. Someone does not want us here, or anyone else for that matter.
Still annoyed about the loss of my rope. I stop and think. I look up to the dark sky, blocking out any visual stimuli as I start thinking about this damn storm. Can someone trap one of the elemental powers like this?
Back in my land, I've heard of sorcerers doing the same.
Sorcerers?
Oh.
That is what I am. When I ask for light to come, it just comes. It doesn't. It's not. I'm not like a wizard. I'm not trained in this.
I walk to the other side of the pit, across the bridge.
With the light getting further away. Oh, let's keep going, Shair. I have a place to clear up.
I nod, but I frown at you first, but then I nod. False and after.
The light begins to illuminate the other side of the bridge, which now splits into 3 branching pathways. A hallway to the left, from which an acrid smell is emanating, and a faint green ooze on the floor in a sort of trough configuration as it drops away for 10 feet and then rises again. A door straight ahead, wooden this time, much nicer in construction, almost as if someone's living quarters, and another pathway to the right with a similar iron door.
We're not moving past until we deal with this damn ooze. I've heard stories, most of them horror stories.
I've heard it, so I start looking on my things. Like I start exploring my bag. Perhaps if you have some oil, we can set it on fire.
Wouldn't be
real quick.
Wouldn't be so hasty with that. Some oozes, they like to combust if you combine them with fire. You have to know if it's the correct one.
I will try this first. I raise my rapier, and at the tip of it, ice begins to form, running across the blade. I point it as well as I can towards the ooze, and a ray of frost shoots out.
The frost freezes some of the ooze, making it immediately clear it's not a living creature, but some mundane substance congealed, now solidified.
Good thing nobody saw that.
It's fine. It is better to be safe than sorry.
Very much agreed.
I take a few steps towards it, still very cautious, not trusting that this thing won't just spring to life.
It sits there motionless.
What is this stuff anyway? I kneel down and get a tiny little flame, the same one I've used to light the lantern, just to get a closer look at the ooze.
It starts to melt some of the frozen, and the acrid stench begins to burn your nose.
If it is anything, it's bad. I get back up on my feet.
I'm looking around the room. Do you reckon what's the source of this foul smell?
The ooze for sure. The thing in
Yeah,
the
don't get
air.
closer.
It smells like it could digest a large rat if it wanted, if it fell into it.
There's a fork in the road here. Let's see. This place looks like someone has lived in it. I approach the double wooden doors.
The double wooden doors are not ajar, but look like they would be easy enough to push open.
I turn back the flash and just wait for him to get in place.
Well, we have to pick one path either way. I nod and approach to the door, holding up the lantern to the side.
I walk over next to Telash and sheath my scimitar, and I nod.
You might still want that. You can know what's behind this.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
I said that you might still want that scimitar. You don't know what's behind this door.
Well, I wave my unsheathed scimitar. I am aware. Do not worry, Master Philip.
I slowly push the door in.
The door creaks. This is clearly a torture room, or was at one point, with a rack, another Iron Maiden, a cauldron, various cruel implements rusting away, and a bronze plaque emblazoned, "Confession cleanses the soul, pain clarifies the mind."
I step in, look around the room from side to side, looking for any openings on it, holes that the centipedes might have crawled through.
There
I
are
join in.
no such implements, no such holes or escutcheons through which they could get in here. But a voice from seemingly nowhere whispers to you, Philippe. You're tired. You've made a long journey. Take a rest. Sit down for a while. Make a will save.
I turn around instantly, looking for the source of the voice.
This is not but a simple voice. The voice is clearly coming from inside the room somewhere. It's a small 20-foot square room. It couldn't be far from here.
I am after
Something
Telash.
trying to compel my mind. I walk around the whole room with my rapier about to strike, heart pounding.
There is no need for that, fine citizens of the glorious empire. It is
Hearing
good,
the voice,
it's good to have visitors. The voice now
Hearing-
emanating to all of you from nowhere.
I jump on my feet. I raise my buckler, get my scimitar ready in a defensive position. Curses! Show yourself!
You hear a spat.
I do not
Shit.
reply, mostly stone-faced, looking for danger to find my fist.
You hear a spat. Shit. Well, I was hoping that would go differently. And flailing harmlessly against Philippe is a red, small creature standing about knee height with a spaded tail, unmistakable as that of a devil.
I rush to. I approach it as if I am to speak to it, and as I get close, I close my mouth once again, and I just kick it down to the floor.
Make an attack roll.
14.
Success.
You were trying to compel my mind?
It scrambles back. I didn't know of what sort you were.
I jump in soon after, foot already mid swing to kick it as well. Yeah, just low, making a large noise. I'm cursing.
It's covering up with both of its hands, trying to avoid being stomped on, losing the element of surprise, being outnumbered even only 2-1. It's clear that it has no fight left in it. Stop it!
I speak up, and walking closer to the imp creature, I speak, the mind is a sacred sanctum. Do not mess with it. And as I say the last word, I kick it as well. But much harder.
Roll to confirm.
A 7. And I kick it for 5 damage, swinging it across the room until it hits the wall.
Ribs crack on the other side. Spits up blood. Enough! I'm trapped here. I saw a way out. I'm sorry.
I look around the room for a cage of appropriate size.
Plenty of implements. Any or a demented mind could come up with.
I point at the Iron Maiden.
Keep your forked tongue within that cavern you call a mouth, creature. Do not utter a single word.
This thing has learned. It now knows that it should not assault the mind. I grab him by his neck and pull him and put him inside one of the cages and close it.
Its lips remain pursed.
You answer only when spoken to.
It nods.
Lift the cage. Take it with me. We're taking
The
this.
creature's eyes widen.
They're spoken to be trapped. I have heard of such things, although I've only seen it done with demons, not devils.
I'm telling you, this is no simple Al-Sahar, no simple witchcraft. Something much worse is going on here. I nodded my head at the devil. Look at that.
We will torment you no longer, but you will speak what you know of this place. How long have you been trapped here?
Oh, it's so difficult to tell on this accursed plane. Don't have any sunlight. That's the only way you can tell the passage of time here. But it must have been at least 100 years since then. This is the Baron Sarvo's dungeon, his personal tower. I was his familiar, and through some I don't know. I don't understand the mechanisms of it, but I assume he's long since dead, but somehow I'm still bound here, stuck in this infernal prison.
Another familiar without a master in this place. I carry him around on the cage, a bit cumbersome.
How come
You
that
said
you are?
Baron.
How come that you are not unbound? What
I
deal
don't,
did you struck with the Baron? Tell me.
I don't know. Well, I know that if I shed the blood of a few more individuals in that room, then I could probably break the curse. I think it's weakened to this point. I agreed that I would be his personal torturer. And in exchange, of course, I gain the requisite abilities to shed this form and grow to the next stage.
Master Philippe. I I keep looking back and forth at the devil and Philippe. What do you plan to do with the creature?
I put the cage down right at the exit. When it tried to compel me, I almost felt weak and tired. I shudder to think what it would do to me in that room. But that is what it needed to do.
I would
say
but
we-
shed
I
your
say we-
blood.
I say we bargain, make it answer, and we kill it to set it free back to its infernal home. It does not deserve to share the same space as us.
It will be hard to prove our tales to the people if they don't see something like this. Philippe looks almost a little proud he has captured his little devil.
Delash strokes his chin. The Baron of yours. You spoke of an empire. Do you remember its name?
Well, it was still Taldor. I presume that old empire is still kicking around. But the Baron, what was his name? You speak as though the barony has changed since then. Sarvo. Sarvo was his name. He pats his chin a few times. Why? Why do you ask?
I look to Philippe. Does this mean anything to you?
I don't recall the Baron's name that I heard, but it wasn't Sarvo. I think it was a Baroness, in fact. Maybe some descendant.
The locals will know all of it, I'm sure.
They have. If a Baron Sarvo has lived here, his influence is long gone. This is basically no man's land at this point, by the state of the village we've seen.
The Empire is still around. I stop and think. It might be unwise to take this creature out. I wish not for the Baroness's line to be tainted by knowing that one of them dealt with demons or devils.
You cannot hide the truth, Master Philippe. The people deserve to know. If anything, the descendants should atone for what they did.
I wish that is how it worked.
Being uppercase is both a privilege and a burden.
We'll stop and think for a moment. It seemed like it was trapped here for 100 years anyway. It's 100 more. Inside the cage, it probably won't hurt anyone else.
If
Until the
If-
next adventurer walks into this accursed tower. Isn't
And
that
has not the
isn't
same-
that always the case?
and has not the same luck you did by resisting its charm, its foulish charm.
Damn it. I think I'll be able to show this off to the people then. Look down to the little devil.
At those words, I start looking around the room for eldritch runes, circles in particular. I'm trying to look what I have seen amongst the drow and how they do their demon worship.
Nothing of that nature. However, in the pile of torture devices, there is a large bronze crest, a horse, a shield, two bits of wheat stretching out of it, made of bronze.
I look very much confused, pointed out, what is this? A horse shield. I grab it. Try to figure out what I'm even looking at.
The imp speaks up. I'll tell you what that is and what it does if you let me go free, or even kill me. I don't care. Just don't leave me here for another 100 years.
It is a shield. It protects its wearer. We're taking you back to the surface.
But look on the back. There is no handle.
I stop mid-sentence. And I look now at Philippe.
Look, before we do anything, you know this dungeon, have you not? You've been here for 100 years.
I may have some memories, yes.
I look towards Shair and then towards Talash.
Well, the word of a devil is just as useful as the word of a drunkard.
But it is a word. Perhaps. Never mind, we can't trust it. You're right.
Make a deal. Sign it in blood, the creature says. I will be bound to you. I will help you, says with pleading eyes.
It'll be your blood.
I pointed with my scimitar at it. See, it was begging to return to its devilish home, and now it wants to stay longer here. I'm telling you, no point in talking with this creature.
Exactly, you're right. Do what must be done.
We bring it to the surface, show to the people, and kill it.
It could perhaps put other things into the people's mind. I think it should be put down here. I lie. Thinking more about the Baron than anything else.
Well, it seems we disagree, Master Philippe. I may be foreigner in strange lands here, but people should be led by someone worthy. I'm sure the bloodline can atone for their fathers.
It may be able to, but we don't know anything about them yet, and we'll get in trouble with the only source of hierarchy in this town.
The imp speaks up. Yes, if you free me from this position, I will agree to testify about what happened here, and then I will return home. What about that?
So you can't return home until you flay someone in that fucking room, so no.
No, not flay. Merely draw blood. A drop each. I'm sure that would be enough.
It would do wonders to have a devil advocating for a cause, yes.
We're not doing that. And it seems to be desperate to draw our blood. It wanted the blood.
It wants to return. And to be honest, I think that's the only thing I sympathize with it.
The imp has spoken of what his hand is. To draw the blood of the unsuspecting will give it power and evolve. What way, I do not know. But I
I will
do know
bestow
that's how
one
they gain
last
it.
thing. I will bestow one last thing upon you, Imp. I lift up the cage and I start crossing the bridge towards the storm that we saw. I place it back down close to the storm, and I start aligning it as I put my foot on the cage, about to push it forward.
What's that last thing?
It will be quick. I
Well,
kick
He's
the
resigned
cage
to his
forward into the
fate.
storm.
I'm falling after. Why? We should have brought it back to the surface, Philip.
It could have easily made up the mind of a peasant. Maybe made the peasant attack us. Someone could have got hurt.
The lightning storm is whipped up into a frenzy the moment the beast touches the lever, and it is summarily electrocuted over the course of a not so quick
Oh,
20 or so seconds. Its
I'm
arms
still
gripping the cage until it is fried into nothingness and dissipates entirely.
ignoring the whole crispening of the devil. And what if the peasant attacked? It would be outnumbered. We could easily hold them without hurting them. We lost our only real proof here. I
it's
pinch
still
Bruno's
there, if a
nose.
bit scorched.
Its body will soon dissipate, I'm sure. I've seen these kind of things before.
Listen,
Plus,
I agree
who
with
can
you.
get there to retrieve the cage now?
I agree with you. But we just can't come into a place and accuse a noble of anything, okay?
We are not
It's just
accusing
not how it
anything.
works here.
The evidence speaks for themselves.
I start illuminating the two companions. As I walk up, the bronze crest pocketed on me, strapped to my back. We should choose another door. The mystery of the mage has not been solved yet. Only that this tower is truly ancient.
You're right. We need more information. Let's keep going.
What about this
Returning
metal
time.
door?
Hmm.
That it was on the right side, across the bridge. Do you wish to check it out?
Indeed. Take the lead.
I do not move from the spot I am, still facing the cage.
Look at Shire. I wasn't that big a fan of Slays anyways. Looking at the spot where the imp was.
Things are escalating way too quickly, room by room.
The iron doors remain closed, just like the others. No apparent lock would be easy enough to push open.
I finally start walking with them. I point with the hilt of my scimitar, pointing down at Philip. The next clue we find, you have to bring it up.
I try to open the door and step in.
The door pushes open easily, revealing an odd sight, a room that opens and then closes again to an ornate iron door with the same crest that is now on Talash's back. In the center of the room, the most dominating figure is a statue made of bronze of some similar complex mechanism in the other room, with 4 arms crossed over it, each one holding a sword, a shield, a key, and a scroll.
Cautiously step into the room. keeping my back to the wall behind me. I start circling around the statue.
I look at the crest and see if they also had all 4 symbols on it or not. A key, a scroll, sword, and shield.
It's similar, but not quite the same. The crest on your back has a horse, some grains of wheat, a shield. A metallic voice emanates from this creature. Present the crest for passage.
Wait, do not approach it.
I grab the crest from my back and pull it down and speak. Will this crest do, Guardian?
It doesn't speak
I
in
step
kind,
forward as far as Philippe is standing, not further.
but one of its bronze arms creaks to life, and a gear snaps it out, presenting the key to you, and then opens its hand.
It seems to be a clever mechanism. No sorcery involved in this. I would still be wary, though.
I reach for the key to grab it.
It's a heavy iron key, somehow unrusted over the years. The creature jitters a bit, but returns its arm to its resting position.
That was just a lucky guess. I wiped the sweat off my brow.
I look at the statue then, to the two of them. Should we just keep moving? I don't want to mess with these things, not after what we saw.
Hold on a second. Telash, do you remember the weird... Well, I say box, but perhaps that's not the best word. We saw in the rubble earlier.
Yes. Oh, right, yeah, that thing. Was a metallic thing. It was stuck under the rubble. Oh, you
Perhaps
want to
the
get it
key.
now?
Only because I think it may provide more clues on what is going on here. But I extend my hand. I can keep the key if you wish. Your hands should be free.
Turn to Philippe. We could free it from the rubble now. We are in no rush. What do you think?
It might be wise. I'll go with you.
It is decided. I hand the key over to Shire and lead the group back a few rooms to the rubble, to the first Iron Maiden we've encountered and the object trapped underneath.
The bluish metal case sits there as you left it.
I kneel
I start
beside
working
it,
on the...
pulling the rubble.
Yes.
The rubble holds a bit unnervingly at times as gaps form, but it's easy enough to free this forearm length metal case. It's cool to the touch and surprisingly light, despite clearly having some contents in it.
Very well.
I see if it just opens to a good pull or if it's locked.
There's a clear latch and it snaps open easily. Inside are a case pair of daggers with some strange, irregular notches lined up along the blade edge.
I'm fondling the key. Put inside my stuff. Could either be ceremonial or something else.
Well, I could use a weapon if I'm honest. Wouldn't be the worst thing. I grab the
Wait,
daggers, feel them, holding them in my hands already, rubbing them between my fingers, checking them out, turning them.
They're made of the same metal as the box, very clearly. Incredibly lightweight, and absolutely no rust of any kind. Gives you a pretty clear hint as to what these are. It's a very common but valuable material, a case pair of mithril daggers.
Speak those words in the dwarvish tongue. Mithril.
I have heard of this type of thing before. It
It is
is your
decided
kind that
then.
mined it. Is it not, dwarf?
Yes. I will hold on to this. Must
It is
return
yours.
to the Helmlands.
I'm afraid we might have to use it for something else in this accursed place. Look back the way we came. Let us proceed.
Do you think that you could get the door in the room with the statues open? I don't want to go back to that place.
Yes, it has given us a passage. We just have to figure out what this key is for. I make my way to the bridge at this point.
I'm going with you. Just be careful. Too many
Walking behind them with
things around here.
following with my scimitar in hand.
The passageway remains unchanged. The lightning creature still zapping away at the now empty cage, and no other sounds or sights.
Pull out the key from my bag. Very well. Shall I?
Go ahead.
Yeah, let's see if it fits. Try slide it in.
This key is much too large for the cage itself. The door past the Clockwork Guardian did have a lock on it.
Let's try the door. I redo the whole process. Now I'm the door. The large metallic door.
I fall off to show you're very cautious of the statue.
Walking
I do wish
past
I had
this-
a sack with me.
Walking past the statue, there's a loud spring-like twang as a bronze leaf spring winds itself up of no clear mechanism. But other than that, the key goes into the door, no problem.
I hesitate a bit, looking around. This is odd. Please be ready for anything.
I raise my rapier in a battle stance, looking towards the statue.
I twist.
The mechanism clicks, giving a clear confirmation of the door unlocking.
I am the first out of the room.
I look back, confounded, looking at Delash now. Did he abandon us?
Already out of the room, I peek back in. Did you hear it? We triggered something in the statue.
I gestured at the door. The door just unlocked.
Oh, was that it? I put my hand. I lift up the faceplate of my Besnay and clear some sweat.
I cross my arms. What was your intent on running away, leaving us here?
What was your intent? I thought that the statue triggered or something.
And your
I
first
If
raised
that
my
was the case,
hand.
then
to
that
run
would be
away.
the smart. No, but we stay away from a trap that triggered.
We have a key for the lock. Everything is fine. Focus on your breathing, Philippe. You need a clear mind. This dungeon is dangerous enough without us bickering.
It's
Turn
playing
to
tricks on me.
Shire.
The statue
I'm
again
thinking-
says in a tinny voice, "Please present the crest."
I jump as the
walk
statue.
away from the. I walk away from the door, and I nodded at Telash.
I point to like the wall by the door where I left the crest at the first time. Philippe, pick it up.
I reach and grab it.
It now presents its empty hand that doesn't contain the key, snaps out, repeating the same motion again.
Must return it. I walk over. I just holding the tip of the key. I put it on its hand, trying not to touch the statue.
It grabs the key and returns it into position, continuing to slowly tick away.
I walk back to the door. I'll try to push it open now. Be in position.
I again in position. Thanks to Shire.
The
Push the
first
door.
thing that presents itself is an emaciated, fanged face launching itself out of the shadows at you, Shair. Its teeth sink in through your armor. Take 5 damage.
Yeah! Fall down.
First to act, I dash in and use the opportunity to drive a rapier into this thing's flank.
It's unnatural leather, almost preserved hide.
Rolling to confirm. 12 to confirm.
Confirms.
Five damage. I drive it into this thing's flank. Get off of him! As I try to push it off of him.
It barely bleeds at all down the rapier, but lets out an inhuman hiss, drawing its teeth back. There's a crazed, inhuman look in its eyes. Whatever this thing is, it's clearly long past gone. Only murderous intent. Shire.
on the floor now. I reach for my scimitar, my sheath scimitar, and try to unsheath in a single slash at the creature. I deal. One quick second here. 7.
This ends the creature's life.
Slice its face, making like a big slash.
What little blood it has, it's exsanguinated of, and it collapses, writhing a few more moments.
As it falls off, I put my hand on its flank and pull the rapier out, not wanting it to go down with the thing.
It falls on top of me, and I push it to the side. I drop my scimitar, clang, and touch my the bit marks on my chest.
As you push the creature, I grab it by the head or hair, what's left of it, and pull it up to get a closer look at the face.
Its eyes are sunken in, hair incredibly thin, almost dropping off, barely able to hold it up. It has unnaturally enlarged canines. Shair, the spot where it bit you is warm and immediately becoming inflamed. Make a fortitude save.
I muttered, that looks like a hole.
I drop to one knee and I pull his coat and then the shirt out of the way, and I just put my thumb moving the skin so that I can better see the wound.
Holes are cursed. I'm
I don't
breathing
have
in
any
heavy
strong
now.
alcohol on me. This needs to be cleaned. You're not going to bleed out, although I should still. I grab my backpack looking for any piece of cloth, but none is found.
I can walk. We should get back to town. The priestess.
We should.
I kick the creature to have a better look at it. See if I can recognize it as a ghoul or not.
I hold up the head and torso for you.
Make
The
a
rest of it
knowledge.
lying on the floor.
Make a knowledge dungeoneering check. Easily identifiable as a ghoul.
Oh yes, it is a ghoul. We need to return.
Cool. It can rot you. We need to go fast. I
Yes,
grab the thing by the shoulders and lift it up.
It is cursed. We got plenty in my land. Let's go fast. I can still climb the rope. For now, I start making my way, like, holding the where I was bit.
Dalash, not being in a hurry, he turns the lantern into the room that just opened up to see what's inside.
Inside is a series of thick iron bars, but not meant to keep in individuals, but goods. 7 blackened iron chests. A stone wall to the north collapsed. Not a worked pathway by the humans that once lived here, but a recent rough-hewn tunnel.
I turn back. Dalash, I'll need your help to get Shire up the ropes at the entrance.
I nod. I'm coming.
I stand a hand. If you hurry, I can climb it. I'm used to climbing.
What do you know about this? What do you know about this wound? I mean, it looks like an infection, but I don't understand. Why are you so worried?
They are cursed creatures. I don't really understand the inner workings of its bite. All I know is I've been taught they are cursed, and they spread its curse, whatever the curse is.
That is a problem. We don't know exactly. But there's a temple in town.
Exactly. In my land, when one is bit by a hole, a priest takes care of the wound.
I
Still
follow
walking.
the other guys across the bridge now, illuminating so nobody falls off. But it's in the middle of the night. Can we not wait until the sun comes up before we bother the priestess? Looking very
Delash,
seriously.
No,
I'm afraid you forgot we're in the morning.
your nerves got to you. Oh, what they say about dwarves is true. They really do just get involved in the moment underground. Come on, let's keep going.
The pathway back is simple enough. Nothing has come to add any danger to what's already been cleared.
The way back, I jump over a dead centipede. I take out my bag. If you really want to help, just carry that. That'll be a little bit less weight for me.
I put the second backpack on my back. Oh, before you go, I grabbed the rope and put my full weight on it, making sure that he could climb up.
Light peeks back through the voices of the two guards up top. Oh, you're back. Do you need any help? Are you injured?
Yes. If you would so kindly help pull the rope. I'm grabbing it and already trying to.
Their
Climb in.
incompetence breaks, and they both work together to lean over and pull you up.
Thank you.
My little
Get them to pull the rope up again. I shout up towards the hole, and then I tie it around the torso of the ghoul.
Oh, okay. It stinks worse than those dead kobolds. What did you find down there?
I sit down like next to the rubble, breathing. You'll soon see. It's a hole. Please help them come up.
Yep, they keep heaving back, both a little out of shape for the jobs they're doing. They get it up to the top, and they both scatter back as they see what it is. I didn't know we had anything like that here. Yeah. They come to their senses and shout out, anything else?
I for my knapsack put a mithril case with the daggers inside, neatly hidden, and grab the 2 centipedes and throw them over my shoulders and start climbing my way up.
You don't want to use the ropes to lash?
Yeah, we can send it
Using
back
the
down.
rope to help myself.
I'll wait for my turn and then climb up as well.
Some blood dribbling down over my back.
The guards take a look. Oh, those are pretty big centipedes. I don't know if they're record breakers, but that's a little more common here, but still. Well, you better get to scratch their head. You don't want to go to the doctor. Yeah, I would go back to the temple.
Make sure no one goes down there. Okay?
It is dangerous.
Their tone changes to that of seriousness, and they look like they're actually ready to do their jobs this time with the visage of death that they've pulled up.
I stand up now, seeing Philippe. All right, like slowly making my way to the temple now that I know a little bit of the town.
I'll follow after him.
I turn to one of the guards. These things, do you think the tavern keeper can cook those?
we're not that bad off for food. I mean, you probably could, but he shrugs his shoulders.
Stroke my shin. Drop them on the floor. And join the others walking towards the temple.
People taking their goods to and from market let out a few gasps and make way for the clearly injured of you to pass through.
I nod at some people along the way.
I worry about the ghoul I'm carrying. Not wanting children to see it. I sort of shield it with my body as I'm walking past them.
Most parents do a pretty good job of keeping their kid, throwing an arm in front of their kid's eyes and going about their daily business. There's a few nosy people, but no more than a quick glance. Nobody wants to get close to that thing.
The children should be allowed to see it. They should know what to fear. That keeps them alive, safe.
There's a whisper of, that was under our town? What's the Baron doing around here? And the light voice of not quite unrest, but uneasiness spreading across the town.
Shire, if we do our job, the children shouldn't get to be afraid of it. You've done well.
A little bit of fear goes a long way. But thanks, I appreciate.
Getting close to the temple, I don't even think about taking this thing into Holy Land. I drop him outside.
The blonde-haired priestess exits the temple and uncharacteristically sits up in shock as she runs over to the group of you.
I smile at her, a bit pained. I'm afraid we're back.
I see that, but you've got something to show for it. That's good. Let's get you inside and take a look at you. She stops herself from seeing your wound in the broad daylight and open air.
Robert, Shire could tell this creature appears to be some weird of ghoul. I try to pronounce.
Philip says it in a different way.
She furrows her brow.
Yeah, but we believe this is a ghoul. I don't know how that would help you, but hopefully you have a cure for ghouls.
Well, I have a cure for most things, but only one
the
left.
bites specifically, not the claws. It used the fang.
That's good to know. We can cure you. This is fine for now, but I'm afraid it's the last one. We're kind of tight on supplies. Here, I'll explain the situation. Let's get you taken care of. She waves you on.
I remove my jacket, open my shirt. I'm sitting a bit tired.
I help with the ghoul, letting the small boy tell us where to bring it.
He takes out a small brass mace with a bunch of holes in it and begins filling it with a pristine, clear water from a corked bottle. I guess bring it into the backyard, right, madam? The woman nods. The boy points through the alleyway that leads behind the temple.
I can do this, Philippe, if you want to watch over the proceedings.
Yes, please do, Dalash. I will step closer and get a watch of what she's doing to Shire.
She takes a look at the injury, palpates the wound a little bit. Yeah, that's. You were definitely right to come here quickly. That's certainly infected. Overall, you look to be in good shape, though. You can get both of those taken care of.
That's
I
what
nod appreciatively.
She sets you down on an ivory or marble bench. Just lay there, and I'll grab the appropriate tools. Sorry, that sounded more foreboding than it need be. It's just a scroll. She laughs.
it's
I
fine.
chuckle.
I have a question. The tower we're exploring, it is the old Baron's tower, right?
That's the rumor.
You didn't come to meet any Baron called Zarvo by any chance, have you?
She scratches her chin and stoops down behind the counter, pulling a scroll case and a book, unlabeled but leather bound. Uh, this is the town's history. It's a name that's mentioned, but it's got a footnote. If I recall, all it says is he was a baron. He wasn't a very good one. No one liked him, and when he died, people basically paved over his estate uh, without much of a second thought.
I see, I understand.
You might do well to talk to. Oh, let me treat your companion first, and then I'll do my thinking.
Knowing that Cherry will be fine, Philippe will sit down on a bench.
She begins
But
reading from the scroll magical words in a long forgotten religious tongue. The scroll glows a golden light for a moment, as if a small flame starts to eat it from the bottom, and the light begins to transfer to the wound.
Like breathing heavy, like deep.
The wound becomes incredibly hot, though painless, and returns to a normal pallor. The scroll dissipating at her fingertips. She wipes her hands. All right, all that's left is to treat the wound itself.
Well, the itching is gone, so that's something.
Good, good. She mimics the same motions that she did the first time you arrived, stitching flesh together as she did on Philippe. Heel to full.
I thank you very much, priestess. By the way, I'm afraid I never got your name.
Oh, she laughs. That's true. I am Madame Targus.
Well, I am Shair. I once again appreciate your aid very much.
I appreciate you aiding the town. It's troubled work. Anyone else that went in there would have almost certainly died to that thing, and then worse, as you know.
I nod longingly.
She.
Up.
You were going to say something, madam?
Oh, that's right. What was her name? She lives just outside of town. You would call her the town witch, but really, she's just the local eccentric, I guess you would say. Started with a B. I don't know her very well, but she's a gnome, an incredibly old gnome. She claims to have been here back when she would have been contemporary with that baron.
Perhaps that would be a wise thing to do. Thank you very much.
Mhm.
We shall leave you to the rest of your day.
Oh, no worries.
Before I leave, I discreetly look at her, trying to gauge how old she is.
40s, 50s, perhaps. She's a middle-aged human woman.
I follow after Philippe, dressing myself back up.
In the back lot, the young boy, the cleric apprentice, is assisting Talash. He has the small aspergillum. If you'll just lay it down here, we can deal with it.
I throw it on the floor, pretty much.
He starts sprinkling it with the water from this perforated mace. You you people are good with shovels, right? Like digging and stuff? He looks up nervously at you.
I am.
Well, this is it doesn't look like much. He points to just a plain lot with some flowers growing on it. But this is where we bury those we can't identify or don't have any next of kin. This creature is certainly. Oh, I don't know. I don't know how old this thing would be. But
I think it could be. I stroke my chin. If I understand human years right, it might be your great-grandfather. Or something along those lines. I look around for a shovel. I'll find one and grab it.
He gives a few words. Though we don't know who you were, we hope you can depart from this life peacefully after so long, and stay in the ground where you're meant to be in your corporeal form. Praise be to Abadar, praise be to the Nine, praise be to the Pantheon. Yeah, I think that's right. He looks up at you and sort of gives a nervous smile.
I do not know those gods. I say plainly.
Well, I guess you're not from here. I guess that's not that weird. Doesn't know those gods. Well,
I start digging.
Yeah, right there should be good. He sort of spaces things out with his feet. Yes, I don't think anything's been buried here. He places a small little wooden marker there.
It becomes incredibly obvious how adept Telash is in digging holes.
A 6-foot deep body-sized trench appears in no time, dirt flying over your shoulder.
Where is Talash anyway? I say as I walk out the front of the temple. Shire? I turn towards them.
I am behind you. He said something about taking care of the who. We can wait a little for him here.
The
He
murmur
said
of
something
their
about taking care of the fool. Let us go.
the murmur of their voices can be heard pretty easily from the front of the temple.
Yeah, I think I can hear the shovel. I walk with Shire
Shing.
over.
Shing.
I follow, nodding. I stop mid-track.
The young boy looks up with bright eyes. Oh, welcome. You're you two know of the Pantheon, right? Abadar and the rest of them.
I'm like looking back the way I came with my hand raised. I'm sorry, child. I'm not from here. Philippe, did you retrieve the rope?
The child's shoulders sag and a little disappointed. Well,
I request the question to Telash. Did you bring the rope when you returned?
Tala shakes his head. I think we left it, leading it back down to the tower. We were too worried about your wounds, Shire. Although, if you want rope, I point to my knapsack that has a blackened rope that has eerie features on it. Its ends leading to small bulbous forms with hooks on it.
I suppose we can leave it there for returning later.
Philippe's adrenaline crashed down. He's heaving, just breathing heavily. Whew. I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
The rope, did you retrieve it?
It's still there. I reckon the best we could do is cut off the last section and just retrieve what's left of it.
I can undo the knot. It is a maritime trick. Don't worry. Why?
Really?
I'll go back. I'll go back and take it. Don't worry. I'll
We
meet
should
you
all go
here
back.
shortly. It is, Irishman. It is fine. I'm healed now. You can help put to rest the miserable creature. I'm making my way back to the town.
Of
My
course.
voice speaking out from the hole itself. You can push the body in now. My hands clasp the edge, and I pull myself out.
I turn to the young cleric. Is this really how you do it? Not even a coffin?
Well,
you want to make it easy for him to crawl back up?
Well, he raises the aspergillum. So far, we've done it this way. The madam says for 4 generations, and so far so good. It's pretty rare, though. This is only the 5th, I think, body that we've actually had to bury back here in this way. In such a small town, it's usually pretty easy to identify people.
It is a ghoul. It was trapped under that tower for a century.
Mm-hmm.
Its hunger for flesh can transcend the most barriers. I will trust your judgment. You are the cleric here.
Abadar is very powerful. You have seen his works with your own eyes, and it is a cleric of Abadar that has anointed this holy water. I don't know much, but I know Abadar.
If it is of your words, I can behead it with the shovel. Did I start raising it over my head?
No. I
if
put the hand on the shovel.
If you need to, if it would bring you peace, then
let us not desecrate the dead. We brought this thing down with our martial might. Now it is Abadar's turn to protect the people. And I
lower the shovel.
Awkwardly pushing him in with my foot, not wanting to touch any part of this infected creature.
He sprinkles more holy water on it, and then on you, Philippe. I can anoint the rest of you.
The water sprays on my face.
Would the rest of you like to be blessed? This child very happy to just swing around a stick.
Let's just get the dirt back on top of this thing, or night comes.
Seems a little disappointed.
I'll take a free blessing.
He pours a little more water into the aspergillum and then sprinkles it on you. Abadar, bless these warriors. They may not have known your name today, but they do your deeds.
I reach my hand down to help to lash up.
Throwing the body into the hole pretty unceremoniously.
Halfway back at the tower, I'm touching my healed wound, comforting myself.
The guards are bringing a new individual, a woman in a bright red silk dress with a immaculate jewelry, aging, silvering blonde hair. They point and go, well, there's one of them.
I stop walking. looking at them.
Well, that's the adventurers that found that thing. She gives a curtsy. The rest of your companions, I was told there were 3 of you. I am Baroness Devi. It is a belated meeting. I apologize.
I adjust my posture and I bow. My companions are at the temple burying the undead we found, Baroness.
This is quite the problem, and one better talked about behind closed doors. I came here to extend this invitation in person to your group. Will you take that invitation to the rest of them?
Sure will.
She hands you a wax-sealed envelope.
I pick with both hands, very humbly.
This will grant you passage to my estate at any point.
I shall speak with my companions and make haste as much as feasibly possible.
She gives a nod and gives the guards a light scolding for not keeping perfect watch over this place, and then goes back her way towards her estate in the distance.
Inspecting the waxed ladder before putting it away, I'm walking over to the rock. I tied the rope, begin untying. Like very simple trick. It comes undone.
I put one hand on the shoulder and the shovel into the free hand and say, well, we got a tower to clear out. I'm sure you can finish the shoveling.
Oh, yes, of course. The boy takes the shovel from you, begins raining much slower, much smaller piles of dirt on this corpse.
Good lad. Turn to Philippe. Shall we?
Indeed, I shall lead the way.
Finishing
using the sprinkling water to clear off some of the blood that was the last tracks of it, wiping it off. Yeah.
I'm walking back, still finishing coiling the rope and stashing it away.
I think we'll need another bath for you in the tavern this night, Talash.
A curt smile on his lips. Oh, what a luxury. You never know when it's taken away from you.
I am lucky to have stumbled upon you when I was assaulted back in the woods. Look, together we're in the process of clearing this dungeon, but I'm sure the people will be happy that we have done so. I was expecting something dangerous down there, but like spiders, not what we fought so far.
I can be seen now, making my way back to the temple's back end, the burying ground.
Oh, you're back so soon? Sure.
I've retrieved the hope, and perhaps you want to have a look at this. I pull out the waxed ladder, showing off the seal. I think I've met the Baroness. She invited us to talk about everything that transpired here in her own state.
Oh, of course. Shouldn't expect anything else. Right.
We should talk with the, you call a gnome, I believe. The one the priestess told us about.
Oh yes. There is a gnome witch, I turned to Talash. She lives in the outskirts. They called her a witch, but that's not really what she is, from what I've heard.
Yeah.
She should know the Baron out of her own memory.
Perhaps we should refrain calling her a witch if she's not really one.
Perhaps. We should clear the tower out first, right? There was still many rooms down there that we've not seen.
Telash
Right
thinks
here?
to himself, holding his chin. Well, we have an invitation, and we have whatever that letter is. We got a gnome to visit. The tower is not running away.
You're right, you're right.
And add to that, the guards now know that nobody should approach it or enter it. And I have the rope, so nobody's getting inside.
Oh, so that's... I thought you were talking about my rope, not your rope. You know, the rope with the storm. Oh, that's why I told you to cut the end off. I'm sorry, it was a misunderstanding.
He did not mean my rope, that's for sure. I have my own blackened tendril of some creature that functions as a rope.
I don't think anyone would call that a rope, friend. Like, tap him on the shoulder.
Yes, that would be an insult to what I'm having.
So
Well-
that is. Did you get the directions for the gnome?
No, but I do think I have someone that might know. Do you remember that elf? The tobacco-handed guy? You could smell the tobacco on him a mile away.
Ah, the
think we'll
broad-faced
have-
one.
Yeah. Let's
Yes.
find out where the witch is first before we talk to the Baroness. The more information we have, the better.
We can. I look at the boy. Young boy, do you know of the gnome?
He shakes some dirt off of him while he shakes his head from side to side. Well, I know of her, but I don't know. But I don't wander outside of town. I stay here and keep my head in the books. Really.
Do you know where?
It's actually not that far away from the Baroness's estate. You could probably make 2 trips of it. Or rather, make 1 trip of it, and you know what I meant. You go there and then ask the Baroness where she is, and then the Baroness knows where everything is. It's her land, after all.
Without moving my head, I look with only my eyes at both Telash and Philippe.
Well, if it's on the same road, let's go.
Agreed. Let us go.
And let's end the session there for now.
Woo!
All right.
Cool.
There we
Okay,
go.
So next time we'll have a visit with the Baroness and some other people, and probably get back into the tower. Who knows? That's
And we left the town and never returned.
could be. That's part of
Wow.
sandboxing the module, as they say. You know,
We left poorer than when we got in.
Yeah.
Nothing was won.
We cleared 4 rooms, which means we solved the dungeon. It's complete. I want my level up.
I suppose you got like
in fact, you do
daggers.
get a level up. Yes.
you got a level
up.
Yes,
Oh, wow.
Yes.
I was
So do I-
joking. but-
No.
So
I
do I
do
write
have a
that shoe
question.
there? And
Yes,
it just
yeah.
goes like
Yep. and it
automatically.
should
Oh man.
populate everything. Yeah.
6 more health. That's insane. Bring
There you
another
go.
ghoul.
Yeah.
I do have a question. So
Mhm.
I couldn't quite tell if this was Talash or Zonalar, but when Shire was hit for like 6 hit points or whatever, we really wanted to leave the dungeon. And that was like very much an in-character kind of thing, you know, because we were
Mhm.
worried, you know, you got bit
Yeah.
by some old ghoul in a dungeon. We probably want to make it out of the dungeon. Do you think that was like a little bit too much RP for characters not like, you know, progressing? Because I know Pathfinder still has a little bit of that, you know, resource management. Oh yeah, you still have like 17 hit points as a resource. Like keep
I
going.
didn't. I only had like 5 hit
Well-
points left.
What Talash saw was 1 strike and a festering wound, and that's not grounds to abandon mission.
Oh, so
Yeah.
it was in character.
Although, like,
Yeah.
you called that wound like a curse, which was really worrying. So Talash was like, okay, well, maybe we should check out the temple for a curse. Like, who knows what's going to happen in an hour from now? I don't want him to fall apart or turn to water. I don't know how curses work.
Oh, I
But
like that.
it looked bad.
And I mean, Talash's life was harsher, so he probably would be like less worried about like a wound and would still, you know, keep digging for the drow. I think that's pretty cool. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought that was a cool moment too.
Yeah,
and
I like
we
how
had seen a lot of, like, enough to get a feeling for, like, I guess not a feeling, but get some idea of what could possibly be happening, you know. So I think
I don't know.
we have some.
Yeah, we need nameplates.
I don't know why they're not. I was trying.
Yeah.
If I looked distracted for a bit there, it was because he said that, and I was
Okay.
like, "Oh, I can do that real quickly while we're here." And I was like, "Why is
Yeah, me
this
too.
not showing up?" Like,
Yeah.
So I was like, "Oh yeah,
actually-
I'm ready for the session. Let's go." And I as soon as I start talking,
yeah.
I'm like, I don't remember Nicholas's character name.
What
so
are
if you go
what
back,
are the
I actually
names?
say like your character.
Yep.
Oh, I remembered.
Yeah.
So I had to quickly like look at my notes and
Yeah.
then I started
So
using
there was a little bit of that. That was I think how did you feel about not rolling initiative, or rather I roll initiative and then, you know, like the imp, for
Much
example.
better. I think it was much better in my opinion.
I was about to like interrupt. I mean, I thought it was okay about the thing. If anything, I think it was better this way. But about the imp, like the moment it was an imp, like, I'm going to kick this creature. Right? So I thought it was funny
I just
because Philip did it first. Like, I will kick this thing in the ribs.
I thought it was really funny. Like this, it was hard to react because it was like you have this like devilish like creature from another world, and then a bunch of adventurers show up. They've got weapons, but they're just kicking the shit out of it. Like, what?
but it's totally like a realistic thing though. Like if you show up like in a raccoon,
because it's small, right? It's closer to your feet than the
it's like knee height. Yeah, it's a very kickable creature. Yes,
exactly.
I can totally see like a group of peasants like see a devil.
Yeah.
Kick it.
Yeah.
Maybe I took a bit too much liberty on describing kicking it like across the whole room, but I felt like, okay, I have to show
like
off that my kick is better than your kick.
Yeah, no, that totally worked.
Look at the dwarf, man. He's gonna kick the thing.
Yeah, nah, you're the kick guy, you know. So
Yeah.
It's fine.
Then if you've ever seen like you know, I mean, that's the equivalent of like a heavyweight side kicking a lightweight. Like, yeah, they will fly across the room. Yep.
I'm
I don't know
kicking
if
you
guys
like a
agree with
football.
this.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys agree with this, but I'm almost like getting to like my limit of being able to imagine this whole dungeon under the thing. It's not the simplest dungeon. It might be the simplest dungeon, like in Pathfinder terms, but it's like it's getting to the limit of like being able to 4D it, I think.
My descriptive ability was falling apart here in places as well. That
It was fine by me, I think, because like most of the time it boils down to, is the room big enough for you to like move around, and what are the points of interest, you know? So like I'm not really concerned.
Yeah, but you have like the 100
points,
foot like jail going that way, and then when you describe a pit, I thought it was
imagine like a rectangular,
center, not like a hole cutting through it.
Okay, I imagine something like completely different. It's like,
I mean, if there's a bridge, then I imagine the pit to be big enough that a bridge is needed to cross the other side.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize that the bridge doesn't cross. You know, it's like 5 foot bridge, and then it stops, and there's like a massive pit underneath. So that did not click until we pulled the lever. I would have just crossed the bridge, but I figured, there's a trap involved.
That's interesting. Yeah, I was trying to think of a way to, as I was describing it, I could tell that there was like, what is it? Yeah, my words are not with me today for some reason.
Confusion. Look, okay, when you said, this bronze crest, I have no fucking idea what a crest is until I Googled it. It's like, he's talking about like a sigil. Like,
yes, like a
this is the crest of the house. Like, what is a horse shield? No, it's like,
what is a horse?
I thought that was cool though, because it was like it sort of go to show that like the surface dwellers, the Taldans, would have a very different would have a very different sort of crest than like a drow's crest, which is like, written in, some horrific like mushroom ink on
Yeah,
on parchment.
it worked out. It worked out, but
Yeah,
I
yeah.
felt a bit. I felt a bit silly of not understanding a crest.
Well,
Oh yeah, of course.
yeah. No, I think
first I
it
thought
was,
it was a
family-
shield with a crest in it, not the opposite.
I was
Yes,
like, the
yes, it was
crest
a
is
crest.
what you
Yeah.
call it, and the shield is a horse or something. So that's why I was completely lost.
That's a good suggestion. Yeah. So,
I thought of doing that midstream, but
yeah. But now
We were too busy role playing.
we were cracking stuff together. We were already like 10 minutes late to start, so we were.
I was struggling to remember the
together.
accent I've done in the first session too. So like, gosh dang, I cannot have him like changing voices.
Yeah. No, I think it's
Yeah.
together.
I agree. Like
I was a bit worried
started
about
taking
that, but-
shortcuts with talk. Go ahead.
I was a bit worried about that, but I think I just switched back into Philippe mode.
Mhm.
It's like a bit scared, but also he wants to show himself to the people, like, yeah, I'm the noble here, like when he talked to the child, it was very cool, like, yeah, we put that thing down, and now it's your turn to to bury it.
Yeah.
He's like very worried about that. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I
did
like this
start-
because it's fun to see like what is basically like a little dungeon delve that we did.
Mhm.
It was like my first time doing
Yeah.
like a 4D/3D dungeon delve. It was pretty cool.
There's
It is
always
cool.
this question in the back of my mind, and I think it's because we talk about it a lot, and we talk about it on Discord, and people on Discord bring it up, like, oh, how fast should a game be, or when is a game slow? And I'm not worried about that, because every time I role play, I enjoy every moment of
Yeah.
it,
Right. Yeah.
of the role play. And the problem is
enjoyable.
more like, okay, if we start repeating the role play to be the same thing all the time, then it can lean into this like tit for tat role play where nothing really happens, and we make the scenes again that we already kind of had before.
Mhm.
And I think that's what I see as the bigger worry, if at all, about the speed of any game. I know Crispy did this one-shot ECD6. They're returning to that game now with their old characters. I think last
Only
week.
one guy survived.
Yeah, we only one guy saw it. But they did a dungeon delve with like 3 levels and the surface in one session, and I thought that was so incredibly crazy to do, like to accomplish, as a landmark of holy shit. Is that even? How is that possible? Like, how do you?
I like
How do you do that?
I like here though that it works as something very methodical. Like people know the danger of this place. It was set up beforehand that it's a place that's dangerous enough that
Yes.
the trained professional military isn't going in to solve the problems here. So it's set up as dangerous.
The paid military.
The guys who are paid to do it, they're not doing it. So it was set up as dangerous. There's oddities around it. It's like there's stuff here that shouldn't be here. That sort of, I think when you take it slower like this, it gives off that what is it? A much more, I guess you can look at it as two different things, right? Like if I were to make a comparison to video games, like you have Skyrim where you can blast through a dungeon in 20 minutes, and that's all fine and good. And then on the other end of things, you have something like Legend of Grimrock. I don't know if you've played either of those games, but it's very slow, methodical. You're looking around, for stones that the UI is very, very minimal. So you really have to think, well, here's a key. I don't know what this goes to. There's a pressure plate. That pressure plate does this. And a lot more of it's about, there's not even necessarily monsters around every corner, but there's a lot of in the atmosphere that
Atmosphere.
Yeah, you're walking through it thinking, who even designed this place? Like, what is the purpose of any of this stuff?
I spent hours in Dagger.
By the way,
Yeah.
By the way, when Shair said things are escalating room by room. I did not mean it as a meta commentary, but after I said it, I was like, oh, it kind of sounds like a meta commentary.
no,
Okay,
it,
I'm not-
it also just kind
Yeah,
of
for me-
happens that was the way things went, because I found it
Yes.
interesting that at first when you froze the like sludge of acid, I was like, oh, well, that's cool. That's a cool way to accidentally neutralize it. Now they can go across it. And then they didn't. They're like, oh, this stuff's gross and we don't know what it is. Let's turn around. I was like, oh, that's cool too.
Yeah, that is actually a fun thing. I always worry about the meta aspect of it as well. But the thing is, I need to pass information to you guys
Right.
without avoiding a natural language.
Yeah.
I think I've done well, like with the flare. Like my character would say,
Yeah,
"I'm
yeah.
putting another flare," because they would know what a flare up is. Like when a fire flares up. I don't think they had flares back in the Middle Ages. You know, that you could like light up.
Right.
But it's still like I'm gonna flare up the light. Makes sense.
Yeah.
And then later on, when
Yeah,
like in the acid section, I did say ray of frost. But the thing is, I described it in a way that made sense, if I recall correctly.
And it
Okay.
is the spell's name tells you what it is too. So
Yeah.
I like the ice crystals like forming at the end of the rapier. That was a cool touch.
It's pretty cool. Yeah.
I agree. I like that a lot. To the meta knowledge, I was trying to think of how to frame things in a way that my dwarf has experienced. Of well, there's this imp. It is tied. It doesn't want to be moved for some reason. So, and I mean, I'm thinking, okay, once it moves outside, it takes a bunch of damage and probably dies, something like that, because the imp has tried before. It's not like on a leash, right? So I started looking around for, well, is there some demon circles that I would know from my background? But I look at my character sheet, I know, like, I have no knowledge checks whatsoever. Like, how much can I pull from my backgrounds, and how much do I just have to ignore because I don't have the skills?
And that's that I was trying to that was cool because I was kind of trying to bounce off of that with the imp being like trying to offer a contract, trying to offer things written, which is sort of my way at hinting at like, well, it's not going to be something like that. It's going to be very legalistic. It's going to be
I like
something that the Baron signed, hundreds of years ago that keeps them here.
I don't know if you meant it, but the imp mentioned getting blood like twice, and like I narrowed it on like, yeah, like this guy just wants blood. I don't know if he actually like wants to strike any deal, because he said something about, I just need like one drop of yours blood and I'll be out of here. And later on, he said, oh, you can sign a contract with blood.
Yeah,
I was like, yeah, this guy just wants blood. I'm fucking killing him. That was the moment of like, this guy needs to die.
Yeah.
Like even before that, like when we were still kicking the shit out of the imp, describing of, if he only gets a few more adventures trapped in here, gets the blood, I thought like killing them, then he will evolve to the next level of devilry. Like he will be rewarded when he has, I don't know, enough souls, enough blood. I don't know how it works in Pathfinder or how it works with this imp, and that's it's a bit more fun if it's if there's some mystery to it.
Yeah, and the book
different.
The book just says he's bound there. That's it. It doesn't say anything. So that was very much. I was just like, okay, I don't know. He's bound there. So I was like, why would they bind him?
Shagir was ready to drown the creature instead.
Oh God!
I don't know. Because like, yeah,
it's awesome though. I
drown in the acid.
I also love here. This will be quick because you'll get electrocuted, and then I'm looking and I'm like, wow, that'll be like. I didn't have time to jump in and describe like the creature like unnaturally healing itself as you were speaking with it, like its wounds, So I was trying to think.
I thought it was funny. Like it was like Marv screaming like, and we were just talking like, no, like why did you do that?
It's
I just did a quick like mental math.
I'm just imagine these three adventurers like putting this fucking imp down.
I just did some quick mental math and was like, oh man, I mean this elemental like hitting at every turn, it's gonna take like 3 rounds, like 18 seconds of it. It's like,
I thought it was gonna be fast,
Yeah.
but then it was like God of War when you kick that guy in and he just burns down slowly.
With this, also, like the whole storm situation, I was completely lost. And like, what am I supposed to imagine? A localized storm in this
little
particular
cloud.
area, in your kitchen, inside that oven. For real? Can I see it? No. Like, what?
It
I
was
don't know. I
supposed to
can
be-
visualize it. I called it a storm in a bottle. I think that's what I was imagining. Like I've
Mm,
seen like in
Uh-huh.
like a little bottle with a storm, but like the glass is invisible. Well, I guess
Mm.
glass is usually invisible anyway. It's not perceptible.
Yeah, it was supposed to be kind of mysterious.
I imagine like a round cloud with lightning coming out of it.
Yeah, like an indescribable object, and like I
Oh,
try to yeah.
That's okay. How do you describe an indescribable
Right.
object in a role-playing
Exactly.
game?
ask
He
Alfred,
didn't.
man.
That's the thing. You just
Yeah.
don't.
Well,
Well,
okay,
but
actually, I do
that's
have
a
a
problem if we have to imagine the same.
I don't
The
know.
same thing
I don't
at
know.
the
Like,
table.
oh, there's a cloud. Okay, it's a cloud of lightning. Yeah.
I do have a question
Yeah.
here though, because I was trying to use spellcraft to identify like spell or whatever.
Oh.
Do you remember me coming up to it and like trying to like get a better look at it? I didn't want to just say I wanted to roll spellcraft, obviously. 'cause
I think it's totally fine if you rock up and say, "I roll for spellcraft,"
Yeah.
and you make a roll. And if it's like impossible, then he can still ignore your roll. You know?
Yeah, that's a good point actually. So, something going forward that I typically do, which is again like it's another little modification to the system, but I noticed it's interesting. Is it does Philippe know detect magic?
Like the spell?
Yeah.
It's a cantrip.
Yeah.
I think I have a special feature that I always have it on. It's for my archetype, the Eldritch Scion.
Oh, cool. Well,
I don't know the cantrip, but I have the bonus when I roll with it because I'm attuned to magic. Like
there you go. So now that I know that, that's something I usually do anyways, because you don't do it, but almost everyone with detect magic just goes around using it like a metal detector all the time. Oh, detect magic, detect magic, detect magic, and it just becomes like Zonalar was saying, very repetitive. After
I
a
check for
moment.
traps. I perceive the world.
If the information was vital for the whole dungeon to continue, I might have taken it out of character.
Right.
But I think it's fine that I never got the roll. It was like trying to get a better look, but I just can't seem to wrap my head around it, you know?
Yeah. So yeah, that would be that's great though. I have absolutely no problem with like, if you know what you're trying to do, like you don't need me to prompt you to roll perception, right? You're looking around.
Yes.
You can just say 17 perception or whatever the number is, and then I can adjudicate from that. Or likewise, just finish off like you're trying to get a better look at it, and then say like 15 spellcraft or whatever the number you happen to roll was.
That's pretty much what I was fishing for with the ooze itself, of like, let's light it on fire and make it burn away. It's like, but what if it combusts? Like there's some oozes out there that will totally explode. and trying to get like a knowledge check in here. Because
and for a moment I was like, that would be, it's past it. It doesn't, not really a spoiler. It's a mundane acid. So I was like, oh, it'd be a craft alchemy check, and then I was like, that's literally no one knows anything about alchemy here. So I just made it an automatic failure.
Like knowledge. I mean, they're like, because Pathfinder has like 5 different knowledge realms. Like those don't even come up because it's something more specified.
Well, I suppose I could have had a knowledge engineering roll there to identify that it wasn't a living slime or ooze of that sort. That's something I could have done. Yeah.
That makes it so those things makes it a bit more difficult to take the initiative as a player on like
right.
What do we do with the tools? Like in the end we took action and it worked, freezing it over, and I like that.
Yeah.
But also like, okay, we have to figure out if it's if you can burn it away, or if it's gonna blow up on us, or like it's a possibility that Talash has seen at least once before, having
and
lived underground for
I
many
tried
years.
to kind of foreshadow that with the acrid scent burning Philippe's nose as he got closer to it, with the like, you could burn this and then fill the room with like an acidic gas, like, and gas all of yourselves out of there. But so yeah, I was trying to give like sort of telegraphs or foreshadowing without just saying one way or the other. You know, this is a weird congealed acid.
Yeah, that's
gel.
cool. So how would you do this? Like, we walk up to this, and I want to figure out what this ooze is, and I say like, I make a knowledge nature check,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I roll the dice.
yeah.
How would you just say like, it does not appear to be anything in the realm of nature?
Yeah, I would say like it
Or-
appears looks like it's something that was alchemically manufactured. Like it's
Yeah,
not
because
a
I think
naturally
we-
occurring substance.
Like, we want to avoid having to roll like 4 knowledge checks until we find the
To
right
narrow
one.
down, right, exactly. So don't just shot,
Because that's
like,
kind of boring to role play, right? Like,
Doesn't
Yeah,
make much
yeah, but,
sense
like,
either.
I almost always
Yes.
give like the first one. If it's like a horrific, a horrifically low roll, like you roll a 1 or something, that could be like, yeah, this is a mold. It's just a green moss, or whatever, because you've read some book written by somebody who didn't know what the hell they were talking about or something like that.
misinformation. No.
Yeah. But if you succeed, it like a 10 on any of these knowledge check knows, that's somebody, an engineer would know something about that, an alchemist would know, and then so it only becomes 2 rolls, right? Because you roll the 1 and
Yeah.
I need somebody
Then
that
you
knows
can
about,
narrow it down.
Yeah. I don't know what it is, but I know what it isn't.
I know who could help me with this.
Yeah, exactly. Like, for
And
example,
then, of course,
if rolling spellcraft on that thing would show, like, if we had done that, it would have been, this is a creature that's bound here, but it itself is not magical. It's from another plane of existence. Kind of trailing the theme here. There's multiple things that are bound to this place.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. By the way, the miscommunication about the rope was both in character and out of character.
Yes, I thought that was funny. Yeah.
Yeah. You were gonna go get
that was both ways, right? Yeah.
It's really funny.
I'm just shrugging my shoulders. Why do you care so hecking much about a piece of rope?
Because
Get rid of your earthly belongings.
It's middle, yeah.
Yeah,
and you
rope
can
is-
reuse it like forever, like,
Yep. Rope's incredibly valuable in the period. So yeah, especially
takes
if
a lot
it's
of time to make.
Mhm.
It would hurt your
It's-
heart to like have to cut your rope, man. Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to cut my
Whenever,
rope.
every time I see that happening in the movies, I'm like, dude, that's so much time.
You know
going
what
down the
that's like,
drain.
Zonar? It's like, your phone? I don't know, leave in a dungeon. We can buy you a new one.
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah.
it's that ubiquitous. Like, come on, I don't want to destroy my
Yeah,
phone.
yeah.
Like, I still want my
Yeah.
phone. Like,
I
it
understand.
has all my
but
pictures saved in it. Like, I don't want to lose it. Everything.
there was like this hyperfixation on the rope that Talash thinks is, but you're gonna go across the rope when we go back into the dungeon. So just leave it there. We are still using it. You know,
Mm.
there are
But
guards nearby the rope that
I
take
don't
the
know,
job
man.
seriously.
Rope robbers is no joke. Okay, people go around. It's like bicycles. It's an attendant. Like,
Well, it's
What
like
I'm-
2 weeks.
Expired.
2 weeks in the thingy. I don't know what's it called, but he shown up on the village square.
Oh, the rack, or the pillory, yeah.
Pillory, yes.
Yep.
there was a cool
Oh,
moment
he
for
stole
me.
some rope. 2 weeks pillory.
There was a cool moment there for me that I realized, like, gosh dang, I got in character. Like, I was defaulting to thinking like Shire would when he got upset at Philippe for running.
Ah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
after a while, I realized, wait, because I was actually getting upset, like me. I was like, well, hold on a second,
Hmm.
and I was thinking like of other characters I played. I kind of lost myself there because that was very interesting to me, and I realized that other characters that I would have played as, they would have not gotten angry.
Yeah.
Like Sherry. So I had like this really cool moment of being like so immersed in the character that it came naturally reacting to things. It was very cool.
Yeah.
When I said I was the first one out of the room, I was imagining I was progressing into the next room. But then
That's what I thought too.
Oh.
I was so
but when you reacted like that, I didn't want to like
Break.
make what
retcon.
you
Yeah.
said not be true in the world.
Right.
So I
Right.
facilitated the play.
It's because like I said, I twisted the thing, but did not say I pushed it yet. You know.
Yeah, that's where I.
so
Yeah,
that was
that's
a
where I got.
miscommunication. But that's the
Okay.
thing though. When I noticed that you took it that way, I didn't facilitate. I didn't like stop, pause the game
Yeah.
to to.
I guess you could have like.
Make it
Well,
clear.
actually, Nicholas, you misunderstood the intention of my last action.
I facilitated play, and in the end, I think it was a more interesting game because of it. It did break my immersion a little bit, but I was back in character.
It was the only time during the session where I was like, "Wait, who's where?" But it was very quickly resolved. I think that was.
But regardless, it did lead to an interesting scene, so it's fine.
I thought that me and Philippe were walking back to the tower, and I wanted to have like a moment to talk with him. But then Nicholas walked to us at the temple and talked about the young boy. That broke for me. Like, where are we in this world? Like, I thought it was pretty clear that we were walking towards the tower, like towards the end.
Wait, when we were going back to get healed?
Because you were already gone. You received the letter, then you pulled up your own rope. You had like all of these turns, and I wanted to like finish this digging. Like I'm skipping this by giving all of the duty to the boy. Like, okay, I'll open the hole, he can fill it up.
That was my misunderstanding there.
And then like start walking over to the tower and talk to Philippe.
I thought
that got kind of cut in.
I thought you implied you were like skipping time, so like, I'm gonna make myself get back. You know, that's what I understood.
I thought so too, Nicholas. So that was my bad as well.
Because I thought there's no point for me to install things just to mention me walking. You know, so I'm gonna
right, yeah.
Unless you guys are taking turns, then time is progressing. You know.
I wanted to take more turns, but I couldn't because you put yourself into the scene. While we are approaching the tower,
and now he's being killed. He's being killed for his crimes against. No,
I sent my drones.
He froze there for a second.
I could watch. Maybe I should watch that part again. Of did I look like I was passing the turn?
You're right, because there was like a bit of a dead silence, and I was thinking like, should I describe like the market square again and like, you know, give some more grounding anchoring points? And then I was like, no, I'll just let them play out, you know, meeting it, because the way I was imagining it is both the, you know, Talash and Philippe were and Shair were gonna meet in the middle of there. That was probably my fault on turn-flating Nick there for a little bit. So yeah,
to be fair, when we were in the temple, like we hogged the Philippe and I hogged the time with the priestess for so long. So I was just watching.
Man,
I started laughing because I realized, gosh dang, I'm hogging the time.
There were too many new things to introduce. That was like my bad, because I was just caught up in thinking like, oh well, now they're gonna, you know, pull out a scroll because she's not. I'm thinking like, she's not actually a powerful enough cleric to cast Cure Disease, but they've got one scroll left of it. You know, they don't have many of them. And then also this boy's going to come out back with the, you know, perform the burial rites on this thing. And then and I'm thinking like 50 things at once. And I'm like, only at the end was I like, hold on, I'm playing dolls with myself. Let's take a step back here.
Like on my end, I was thinking of, before she casts the spell, I walk back into the temple, like dust my hands off. Like whatever I did with the body is somebody else's problem. You know, like I just put it in place. Maybe he wants to embalm it, or I don't know. Like I was happy. I was happy that we did the actual burying. That was also a cool scene.
Okay,
But
cool.
then I would have preferred to be back at the temple with the other guys. But there was like never a moment to step in. That's how it felt like for me.
And I think
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's a me thing or a you thing. You
No,
know?
it was because I
because
I overcorrected there, and then that led to the next scene where I left too much silence. I think, and
you know that situation is that why sometimes in games I kind of like I keep talking and interrupt everybody because I know that if I let it pass, like there will be like this problem. Like so, like oh no, and I'm back. I returned dusting my hands just to make sure because I think that's the time when it's useful to interrupt because like like I'm gonna miss the beat and this thing's gonna extend itself.
Especially me, especially like my philosophy as a GM is interrupt the GM all the time. Like if you're gonna interrupt anyone, interrupt me. Because I'll let you guys speak.
We
Nick
should have like a red card, which is interrupt. Like, I gotta speak.
I go now. Like Nicholas, you had to put your hand out to let me go earlier because I was like, I'll let you guys go forever without saying a word until I have to. So yeah, that's but yeah, I think that's a good problem to have because I think it's a sign of just everyone wants to role play. Everyone wants to, but yeah, it's definitely something I'll keep in mind. I was a little scatterbrained today, for sure.
Well, I know like the way I role play, I like to take the moments when they come up and not to like force the moments onto the other players. So that's why I wait I literally wait my turn of like, okay, now it's a good moment.
Yeah.
But then I lose. Well, let's think like I'm not that worried about like tonflation, but I lose my moments to have it, like kind of a carpe diem thing, like seize the moment. Maybe I should just push harder.
Yeah, because my GM style is not very push heavy. I don't like occasionally obviously something's gonna attack or do some do some harm in the world, but I and maybe that's not a good thing. Maybe I should have more meanwhile that very clearly focus the scene. I don't know, but I think a lot of this was just me being scattered.
I don't think that's a problem. That's like I think that's your default style is like I don't think that's a problem.
Gotcha. But yeah, Elf Hunter here says even when you're unsure of what's going on in the scene, it quickly resolves itself with good 40 years. Roleplay solves everything, as he says. Yeah, and I think it did resolve itself pretty quickly.
I also really liked when the guy disappeared and everybody reacted like being scared. Like
that was cool.
Like,
I thought that was
cool. See, that's how you do horror. Everybody needs to buy into the.
All right, awesome. That's I did too.
I'm very happy with it.
Nice.
It's fun being in a dungeon.
Matt,
yeah.
When I picked up that mithril box, I just kept thinking to myself, where the fuck do I put this box? I have no sack on me. I have nothing. I have no backpack. So I just like have this box awkwardly tucked in my tunic somewhere. And I got one dagger in my hand.
I forgot you're not naked.
Yeah, I'm not naked. I got a lantern in the other hand. I'm like, I probably have it on my belt, but we are in combat, so I'm still holding it. It's not in my. It's not on my belt.
I was about Shay was about to offer his bag, but like things moved fast and I lost the track. But you could have,
yeah, how to do horror acting character done. Yeah, acting character have an unnerving thing happen.
Also, I had a very cool dungeon ambience playing the whole time. It helped me get into. Then I changed like to a lighter one when we were at the town.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's good.
That's cool. We were talking about that in the Discord earlier, and
yeah.
In fact, they're talking about it in the Discord right now.
Tunic.
There was too much text. I cannot read it all.
Yeah, I couldn't even realize. I couldn't even realize what you wanted to out of me. Like awful session. I couldn't even realize like what were my options in the game. You didn't highlight all of the bookshelves.
Didn't highlight.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Mhm.
Well, no, there's oh man, how to describe like stuff going on. I like that the game there are things in this module that are like the sort of classic MacGuffin. Like the crest as a MacGuffin is often done so
Yeah.
poorly because it's like you need this to get past this. That's the only way you can get past. And it's like, well, no, you could just fight the thing or try to steal it from there's a million different things you could attempt to do to get that key. You could even pick the lock. It's not an impossible to pick lock, but the crest is a surefire way to get through. So it could have been really interesting if the right hand path straight to that construct was the first thing you went to. That could have the session would have gone completely differently from that point on.
I was thinking when we first ignored the box too, like, we might have to backtrack if like I'm fine, like because I need to be in character, like if we were to really meta game, no, we have to check every room before moving,
Yeah,
I'm fine to walk back a few rooms, like, oh, let's check this room again, or let's do that room.
I like
as
that
long
time
as
skipped.
yeah, and there's no, sometimes Rick talks about having pushes as a game master of, oh, the players are not moving fast enough, have things escalate. Like, oh, this other thing happens, and now this action again, and I don't like that. I've been thinking about this for a while now of, no, actually as a player, I want to have times, room to breathe, to act in character of how he wants thing to be done.
Yeah, like
and have the chance to talk about it with the other characters.
I think this felt very very natural, very breathy, because like a tense thing would happen, and like realizing that the guy imprisoned here was like there was sort of the thoughts of all the characters speaking of like, this guy must have been here for how is this guy still alive? And then as soon as he gets the food, he dissipates, and then there's that moment of like, okay, calm the hell down. Where the hell are we? What's going on here? And then things get slow again.
That's very real.
Yeah, things you don't immediately jump into the next thing. You take a moment, slow things down, and
to digest what happened, right?
Yeah, right. Like and that I think it will.
What do we do if ghosts attack us? I don't know. I have fists, guys.
Yeah, exactly.
That was my character's worry too. Like, we're not equipped to deal with those.
Yeah, like maybe one of you can deal with them. Yeah, that's a
yeah. Who are you gonna call? Ghostbusters.
Yeah, but I mean, it's kind of like in real life, it would be as if we were walking into a room that we know might have radiation. That's like how people would see magic. It's just dangerous. You can't see it.
I was just about to make the comparison to the Stalker games and movie. They're very slow paced. They're very methodical.
Yeah.
If you just run in, if you're just running into gunfights all the time, well, you're going to get shot and killed. If you just but
I love the idea that we were like, okay, we have to turn off the lantern because we cannot let
that was a cool scene. Yeah.
Okay, I was like, wait, it's a bullseye. Can I like clap it down or? So like, fuck it, I just turn it off. And very next turn, like, this is infuriating. I check for something to turn it back on, but I have nothing on me.
In my head, it was like they will come to us, so like they'll have their own light, so we have the element of surprise, whatever it is. But it was just a ghost, so.
So like, yeah, I went with it, but okay, no, this is silly. Telesh is not down with this.
Yeah, I thought that was a cool sort of insight into the characters trying to work tactically with each other. Like that's an example of how
we've got real situation.
Yeah, it's something I don't like about. Well, maybe that's I have some pushback on when the 3D 4D guys say like, oh, you don't want to play a tactical RPG, and I get what they mean, but I'm like, just do the tactics in character, right? Like,
yes.
We never had to say, okay, well, your bullseye lantern illuminates light out to 20 feet, 2 steps and then another 1 step to dim light past that to 20. It doesn't matter, right? It's, I give like a shorthand, like the hallway stretches out, into the darkness. So I shouldn't have even said 100 feet because you couldn't have seen past that. That was a silly thing of me to say, but that's just
Even
stretches out into the
like
darkness.
things. I'm not American. Like if you say 100 feet, I cannot even imagine the distance.
Yeah,
It's another
Reference
centipede.
points.
There's 100 of them.
It's like, you say giant centipede. I think the centipede is bigger than a human. It's like 2 meters tall or something. Because it's
I
giant.
did look that up. That was I did say it was about the size of a small dog then, but that could have been covered up.
In my head, it was way bigger too.
Yeah,
but see, like, did
Giant
it affect
or a
anything?
centipede.
Did it affect anything? It didn't.
Right, exactly.
It's like in my mind it was so much cooler until it was a small dog. I'm like, oh man, I thought it was awesome.
A centipede the size of a small dog is
okay. It's still pretty awesome. Kicking that thing was still very satisfying.
I feel like people get too lost on like, oh, it's gotta be big. Like, come on down. Like a regular dog can mess you up, on the street.
100%.
It's like
we gotta rename
it's
everything.
like how I described the Hydra being bigger and bigger every time. It's like, its heads are lost in the trees, like in canopies. When it lumbers, it breaks the whole trunks on its weight.
When you're fighting like huge monsters in RPGs, like, it's almost impossible to imagine it because, like, oh yeah, I'm holding my shield up and like I stop.
You get lost in the
dragon
sauce.
stopping.
It stomps you.
It stomps on your shield. Now you're fucking pancake.
You become like Looney Tunes, like rolling.
Yeah, exactly. You can all imagine.
It doesn't change,
Yeah,
like I was imagining bigger, and then mention like carrying on your shoulders the 2 centipedes. I'm like, fine, like the guy is like built differently, like it's really good. Do it.
I love the moment with Lash say, "Oh, I say in Dwarven myth real." That was perfect. I was like, it's your stuff now, man. Like it belongs to the dwarves.
The
lights are shining on you.
That was another one where I thought about prompting a roll, and then was like, well, no, given Talash's background, he's probably mined some of this stuff up. It's at a close inspection, it's got that slight bluish tint to it. It's as strong as steel, but twice as half the weight.
It's like, okay, do you want the dwarf to fail his metal?
Right, exactly. It's like,
I'm gonna have to shave my head and beard all over again, man.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you don't
right back up.
And that, I think, is an example of you can play within the mechanics of a given game, but you should be aware of where the mechanics can make a character seem stupid or silly, right? That can go against the character. Where it's like, just because you have knowledge skills doesn't mean you should roll them all the time, right?
Yeah. Like the thing with the ghoul, again, that might be just me, but I'm pretty sure that the word ghoul comes from Arabian mythology.
I believe so. Yeah, and of course you rolled a nat 20 there,
but there's the thing, like I rolled well, but even if I didn't, I'll be like, but it could be that I'm mistaken. I was like, oh, it looks like one. I don't know if it is one, because like I knew like I'll probably have to roll, and if I fail, I don't look stupid.
Yeah, just because there's lots of undead that
could be variation, regional like Pokemon variation. You got different.
Yeah, it's like, is it a ghoul?
I was very happy to just call it a zombie, or it's a monster.
Right. Exactly.
I don't know what it is, but that infection looks serious.
Yeah. And I love that. Like, that was a little bit of meta knowledge that translated to in-character knowledge that I thought was great, which was the like immediate knowledge of, oh shit, that's a ghoul. Yeah, that's a nasty infection. We better get that taken care of, because the characters in the world, especially Shire is apparently intimately familiar with ghouls. That's that could be a story in its own right.
I wasn't sure how Pathfinder handled the infection, by the way. So I'm like, he sure doesn't know as well. He just know that it's bad. You need to treat it. Like that's all you need to know to survive.
And a lowland ghoul, got beautiful flowing blonde hair.
Yeah, lowland ghoul.
Dread.
I love the little text on art. It was really good. of you not
The what?
quite knowing what the creature is called. Calling
Oh
it a
yeah,
fool.
because one guy's calling a ghoul, the other's like a who. Like what is
Yeah,
it?
that's like, what? What is this thing?
Oh, yeah, he called it a hool. And I went with the strongest accent I have too. Like, what was that word?
Yeah, I thought that was fun.
I don't know. That's what he said, so I
Yeah.
just tried to imitate his
I'm
accent.
just repeating what he said. Yep.
It's funny because none of the three characters come from the same region, so like, and often we keep role playing these cultural differences, and I think they're very neat.
Yeah, like like playing the. I like that scene, even though you wanted to skip it, Zonalar. That was. I still think it was really cool to have the like. You don't know Abadar? You don't know like the main 9 or 10
yeah,
of the
that was great.
Pantheon? Like, whoa, that's such a culture
Not gonna
shock.
lie, I thought like in the middle of that, I was like, dwarven gods, like on the sidelines. What are the dwarven gods that I would refer to? You know, if I'm confronted, like,
Yeah.
what do you worship?
Orag, you
Of
know.
course, it's. I have an answer, but
Yeah.
the 9, the 9 who?
Yeah,
Not my soul.
9. Yeah, there's a lot of them. I can't remember. But yeah, other than the knowledge, that's mostly what we've talked about mechanically. I think we played with the mechanics a lot more this time, and I don't think they got in the way at all. Really, I like the initiative change. I thought that was good.
When you asked for a ranged attack, I was like, okay, and I like it has to be Dex. Like I know that much, but like there was something else. But like what else?
Basically, any attack
is
always
attack
first
mode.
BB.
Yeah,
I did.
You
always
said it, but
had-
like I didn't hear it. But like I rolled well enough, so I'm like, it doesn't matter right now. Like,
Yeah.
I got scot free, but
that's what I figured. Is it was
You broke immersion, Conway. You did the thing that we said we're not doing.
you had a brief mention of the mechanics. Oh, everything's falling apart. We're only at 95% in character. You said it would be 100%.
Campaign over. It's cancelled. We can never return.
Pathfinder confirmed trash. We're
impossible.
Where's the free?
Determined.
Yep. But yeah, basically,
we have to take off the 3D. We have to put up the 2D now. You know, the wooden shields, 2D, all rickety in the corner,
falling off. Yeah, it's no, but anytime you make an attack, you add base attack bonus. So, which in your case is going to be your level every time. So, pretty easy to remember. My wife has gotten home. I'm probably going to head off here in a second. But yeah. Anything else about the mechanics or and if you need help doing a level up, no worries. I'll probably be free sometime this week or just shoot me DMs or whatever.
There's only like mithril on a weapon. Is it just lighter, or is it supposed to do something more?
It is half the weight, and the material is specialized in injuring certain things. So like if you use if you had gotten those first and then had an actual stand-up fight against the imp instead of it rolling a 1 on its first attack against you, then that would have been able to bypass its damage resistance easier. So it's good for fighting devils and
Isn't it masterwork as well? Isn't like everything that's made of?
I believe it. Yes, I believe it's automatically masterwork, so you get a +1 to hit. Yeah, that's right. Thank you. Thank you for reminding
I'm gonna add this to the notes.
Mithril gives you a +1 to hit because it's masterwork.
Yeah.
Pathfinder is so conducive.
And those are important details. Like I have no idea. I had a quick look on the site, but could not. It was just information for armor.
It's always always considered masterwork. Yeah, and on the DR side of things, those are things that like all know if your weapon damages it or not, right? And then that would be something I would try to describe, right? With like
DR means damage resistance when it's
So if you're trying to like bludgeon a zombie's head in with, or more apt case in this example, if you're trying to cut a skeleton to pieces, that's going to be fairly difficult. I would just describe like it's chipping little pieces of bone off, but the creature is just persisting. Whereas if you use a mace or some bludgeoning instrument, obviously Yeah, that's gonna do the work. Yeah, I like that unarmed. On that topic, unarmed can do all 3 basic damage types, so blunt, piercing, and slashing. So that's gives you some fun ways to describe your different attacks.
It's the axe chop because it slashes.
Yeah.
Maybe dwarves call it the pickaxe chop.
Yeah.
I just call it a takedown.
Yeah.
All right. I'm good.
Suplex the skeleton.
Awesome.
We can barely
We can
hold
suplex the stream.
All right. Well, thank you guys for watching. If you guys watch the replay, thanks a ton. Give some advice on the watch through, because I don't watch back through these things. I'll skip through to moments, but like if you do watch through the whole thing, please comment on like what moments you thought were cool and what moments you thought, where there was a problem, but more specifically how you think we could fix the problem. Because very often we can pinpoint where, something screwed up here, but it's hard to figure out what exactly happened to lead to the problem. Like diagnosing the issue is often the tricky part. I know in general, I was a little scatterbrained and could have been clearer with my descriptions, trying to imagine a dark lit place where the lantern only shines on one place, dancing between vague descriptions and, well, they need to know what they're looking at. That was my biggest struggle this time, I think. So I'm definitely gonna work on that. Next week we're gonna do the impact frame with Nicholas. Is that right?
But I think it's gonna be on a Wednesday or. Oh, you don't have the same availability anymore, right?
Well, it changes week by week. I'll let you know Fridays, but
we can check. I think it would be good to keep weekly this game.
Okay, right on.
There's more of a overarching narrative thing going on.
Continuity, yeah.
We beat you guys at the anime game, I'm afraid.
We beat you.
I know. I was amazed.
That was like my proof of concept. That was my proof of concept. Like it can work. It will be cool. So we can see, because it's a one shot. We can like find like a
it can be played whenever. That's a good point. I just didn't want to step on your toes and just infinitely delay your game. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time as an ice cream truck approaches right outside my house.